Manchester City against Inter Milan is this year's Champions League final. Certainly not the game I had in mind at the start of the season, but here we are. We can discuss whatever we want about that Barca should have been there. But the reality is that these two are battling it out for the most prestigious trophy in club football. Before we can make any prediction, let's take a look at both our seasons. Manchester City was in a group with Dortmund, Sevilla and Copenhagen, where they comfortably became first. Then they faced Red Bull Leipzig in the round of 16, which they beat 7-0, which is insane. Not only did they win 7-0, but Erling Haaland scored 5, equaling Messi's record of 5 goals in a Champions League match. In the first leg of the quarters, they blew away Bayern and absolutely outclassed them in every aspect of the game, and passed on to the semis after a 1-1 draw at the Allianz Arena. Here lied their biggest challenge yet, the winners of last year's Champions League, Real Madrid. And this time it was time for revenge, since they knocked Man City out last year. This time was different though. The first leg was pretty even, but in the second leg, Man City absolutely humiliated Real Madrid with a 4-0 victory. And that's how they went on to the finals. Inter Milan's story went completely different. They were in a group with Bayern, Barca and Victoria Pilsen. They lost the first game 2-0 against Bayern and things didn't look so good for them. However, Barca lost to Bayern as well. Then came the most important game for both Inter and Barca. The winner of both games against each other would have the best chance of going through. Inter won the first game 1-0 at home, some weird referee decisions with no penalty given and a disallowed goal from Pedri. Then the decider came at the Camp Nou. After an absolute intense and nerve-wracking game, it ended in a 3-3 draw and Inter was certain to go through. And they did. Then they went under the radar a little, with people not really paying attention to their games in the round of 16 and the quarter-finals. But they beat both Porto and Benfica. And then all of a sudden there was the derby of Milan in the semi-finals. I expected a close game, but the truth is there wasn't really a good chance for AC Milan. Inter just outclassed them in both games. And now they're in the finals of the Champions League, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Manchester City has the best goal scorer in the world right now, Erling Haaland, and the best assister, Kevin De Bruyne. Of course, they are also top scorer and top assister in the Champions League this season. But Manchester City has just so much quality in their squad. Every player can decide a match for you. You could see that with Bernardo Silva, for example, against Real Madrid in the semi-final. Also, they have a genius coach with Pep Guardiola, who is on his way to win his second treble as manager. You can't underestimate Inter Milan though. With them winning the Coppa Italia and with some great players such as Lautaro Martinez, Dzeko, Lukaku, just to name a few. They are a very defensive team who can kill you on the counter-attack. This happened to Barca in the group stage. However, Bayern showed twice that they had no trouble with beating Inter. With City destroying Bayern, I would give them a good chance to win the treble this season. Thereby my final prediction is a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Lautaro Martinez will score an early goal, which will totally surprise everyone. Haaland will score 2 goals and Bernardo Silva 1. But City will just outclass Inter on every aspect and will show why they are worthy to win the treble this season. That is my final prediction for this game, a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. Please let me know your predictions in the comments down below. As the season comes to an end, I want to thank you all so much for your support this season. I will make a lot of different and new videos next season, but also in the summer break. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a like and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you all for watching.